gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the GFreak Speaks podcast, episode number 30. This podcast is brought to you by absolutely goddamn nobody. If you guys want to sponsor the podcast, let me know. Jump in the DMs at Jacko GFreak. I'll reply and get back into you. This podcast is also be found on YouTube at Jacko GFreak on YouTube for the visuals if you want to see myself as well as our special guest today, Callum. But welcome, Callum Dalton. You're an absolute legend. Welcome to the podcast, man. How you doing?
Thanks for having me.
Pleasure. Thanks for coming on, man. I know that you're a busy guy and whatnot, but let's get right into it, man. What's been happening, man? You're recovering from an ACL?
Yeah, I tore my ACL halfway through the season last season. So I've just been doing heaps of rehab, man. Like pretty much a full-time weightlifter this first 3 months of rehab. So just been in the gym. Like I think in 2 weeks I can finally start running. So
shit,
looking forward to that. But yeah, honestly, man, just heaps of rehab. Like just trying to get my knee right. So yeah.
Just you just don't want to make sure that you've got that like upper body going hard, and then you got the chicken legs going on.
I've been lucky. Like I'm lucky I can do stuff on my left leg. It's just my right one's looking real skinny.
Real skinny, bro.
Yeah.
How are the scars on there from the surgery, or are they pretty good nowadays with the ACLs?
Yeah, I got 2 big ones. The rest are like really small, but I got one gnarly one that's it's not like maybe like that big. It's nice and thick, but like they have ways you can try to get rid of the scar. But I was kind of like, man, if I'm gonna do it, like I kind of want the proof that I went through it, you know? So,
hey, the reporters who put it out there, we all know it's happened. It's on this podcast as well. Everyone's hearing about it, bro.
Yeah. So I'm proud of it, kind of. So yeah.
Nah, that's fair enough, man. I know that you can put like bio oil on there and all that type of shit to get rid of it. Speaking of that, I remember when I was younger, bro. You know the asthma puffers, like the Ventolins? It was one time I put it on like my arm and I was like, like straight on my skin, and it like cooled a patch, like that circle rectangle, and it scarred. And the shit that got rid of it was bio oil. I just rubbed it on every night, and oh my god, it was the worst, man. Because my mum's like, "How the fuck did you get that on your arm?" I'm like, well, and she's like, "What the fuck?"
I remember kids doing that at school. Yeah,
dude,
crazy.
It's like liquid nitrogen on your skin. It's not good.
No, not ideal.
No, I can't believe I did that. But anyway, but how did you do the injury anyway? Exactly, like just on a quick story,
bro. So it's just one of those like freak accidents, man. All it was, we were practicing, we were scrimmaging, and I just went to change direction. So I was on defense, and we'd shot it and got the ball, and I went to turn and run back on offense, and for whatever reason my foot just stuck to the floor and my whole body's turned but my leg stayed still, and just like my knee just snapped.
That is so unfortunate, man.
No one touched me. I was just changing direction. And the physios and doctors reckon there's just like it was gonna happen. It was gonna happen. Like eventually, got unlucky. So.
That's unlucky, man. And for people that don't know as well, listen to the podcast. I actually didn't introduce you properly, saying that you're a current NBL player for Melbourne United, and you're a center, correct?
Yeah.
You're a big fucking guy. How tall are you, man?
I'm 6'9", man. I'm not that tall compared to some of the other guys.
That's large. How tall are the other big boys?
Like 7 feet.
What the fuck, man? That's huge. That's a big human.
Yeah, I consider myself pretty tall, but in basketball context, there's definitely tall dudes out there.
No, for sure, man. See, I personally, before you, I came across yourself and Anthony Drimmick. Dude, I actually never used to watch NBL at all. Like, if it wasn't for the gaming connection, I'd never really watch it. And it's insane, man. Like, how's the stages go? The arenas, like, do they pack out and stuff?
Yeah, it's like it depends, like time, city, and that. Like for us, Friday night is our prime time, especially if there's a footy game on. Like it goes nuts. But like, because sometimes there's just with the scheduling and stuff, you get like a Monday night game. Like it's not going to be crazy on a Monday night, but for the most part, man, it's pretty good. Like the league's getting bigger and bigger. The new owners are doing such a good job. Like I know, like for example, like you just learned about it. Heaps of people are only just finding out about it. Like they're just growing rapidly, and it's like it's cool because I'm at an age where like hopefully it'll take off, and I'll be a part of it. It should be cool.
Oh yeah, man, you're only young, aren't you? You're mid-20s or early 20s?
22.
22, there we go. Yeah, so you're a young blood. You got your 1997, 8, 9.
2000.
Oh, shit. Anyway, dude, that's insane, man. That's incredible. So what's the process as a junior? Because I know, like, from footy and cricket and stuff, but what's the process of a junior coming through the leagues and getting recognised so you can get drafted to these teams? How does that work, man?
It's weird. It's different for everybody. Basketball is a weird one. There's no real set way. Like, a lot of people go to college. I didn't go to college. I was lucky enough that during year 12, Brisbane offered me a development player spot, which is basically like you're not on the roster, but you train with the team. And if there's an injury, you get to suit up, which was sweet. So I got to do that for a couple of years, just until this season, actually, where United kind of came and took me on the roster, which was cool. And how I got that opportunity was basically the junior Australian teams and playing for Queensland. And it's just like, you play for your local team, you play for your rep team, you play for Queensland, Australia, and so on. And then I also was lucky enough to go to the Centre of Excellence, which is just like an academy type thing in Canberra. And it's just 12 guys on scholarship there. You live together, train together, go to school together, like play in a team together. And it's like the 12 guys that get selected from Australia to go there. Dream went there as well. Like there's heaps of guys that have been there. So it's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, sweet. So going through the ranks, it is quite strange. It's very similar to esports then. There's no direct path. It's just all everywhere and whatnot, and you get scouted at any age as well.
Yeah, pretty much. Like me coming to United, I had no idea they even were looking at me until I just got a message one night. Like, I think it's just they have their eyes everywhere,
Yeah.
Like, you got to wait for your opportunity kind of thing.
That's crazy. And before your injury, how was the team looking? You guys looking fine?
Good, man. Like, yeah, we finished on top of the ladder at the end of the season.
Yep.
Unfortunately, we lost in the semi-finals to the Tassie team, which are a brand new team, which was really good for them. But for us, man, like we had such a successful season. It was really disappointing. I mean, for me, I got injured and it sucked because I couldn't at least, try help.
Yeah.
But to not win, man, I really thought we had what it took to win. So,
yeah.
But yeah, no, we had a good overall season, but just a disappointing result. And then,
damn, that sucks, man. And with the injury, like, I know from like firsthand with my injuries, like they haven't been bad. Nothing like an ACL. I've just had like a fractured thumb and a sore PCL, a strained PCL one time. But when you go back onto the field for the first time, you start training and going through the motions. Is it kind of in the back of your head?
Man, I've only just started doing that kind of stuff, and like it was at first, but the physio is like I went and saw my surgeon yesterday actually.
Yep.
And he just was like moving my knee, and he's like, "Your knee is strong. Like you're not going anywhere. It's basically just the strength back up in my hamstring and my quad. Like you don't use your leg for a few months, it's going to lose some muscle.
Yeah.
But they physically showed me like it's not going anywhere. Like it's bolted in. Like it's
good.
not. Yeah. So like I just slowly, like with every movement, at first I'm a bit sketchy, but then as soon as you try it and it feels good, like it goes away.
And so for people that are trying to get over those injuries, what advice do you give them getting back into the swing of things, like with that constant reminder that they've been injured doing a certain movement?
Yeah, two things. One is, you've done the work to be able to do those things in the first place. Like you're not going to get there unless you've done the steps required. And secondly is the people that are making those decisions, like this is their job to make sure that you're healthy enough to do these things. Like your physio is not going to make you run if you're not ready to run. That would be, they could get in a lot of trouble for that. You know what I mean? So like it's hard, but you just got to take their word. They know what they're doing.
Absolutely. You got to, there's a lot of trust as well. A lot of trust factor. They've kind of got to be like your best mate. Do you have your own personal physio as well as the team physio?
No. So I only use the team physios, but our physios, we have 2 full-time, 2 part-time, or maybe even 3 part-time. But the 2 full-time guys are awesome. Like I see them 5 days a week. Like I'm lucky in the situation. I can use them whenever, you know. So yeah, it's been really good. They've been awesome with me.
Hey, question. Have you ever done cupping before? I've never done it.
Yeah.
How does it feel? Like, what does it feel like?
It's hard to explain. It's just like, lots of little things pulling on your skin, and it's like, I don't know how to explain it, man. It's something you got to do. It's cool. Like, It feels really good after. It looks a bit weird after, but yeah, it's good. I actually I used to get it after games last season.
Yep.
Which was good. I found it really relieving. Like, if you were just, locked up a little bit, like, loosened you up really well. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you got those octopus hickeys all over your body, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
yeah, that's great. I remember when Michael Phelps came out with him those years ago.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, everyone's like, who the hell, like, what the hell is this? What's happened to Phelps? And hey, you don't question what Phelps does. That guy, would you put him in the GOAT of all athletes? Like, possibly? Like, this is a real face rubbing conversation here. It's just like, it's
a hard one. Man.
What do you call the GOAT nowadays? Like, the greatest athlete. Like, he has to be up there. He's definitely a contender in the top 5.
He'd definitely be up there. I feel like there's different tiers to it as well, It might not necessarily be one guy. It might be a tier of people that are the absolute best.
Would you put Phelps in the S tier? S tier being the top? Yeah.
Phelps, yeah. I mean, you'd have to go through all the sports and just be like, these guys were above everyone else for so many years. Like, it's,
I don't think he never fucking lost, bro. Like, he just kept winning and then retired on wins. So, it's just, how many, he won like 30 medals, I think. And like, of those 30, he won like about, I think, 17 or 19 gold. The guy was nuts. Fucking nut job.
Yeah.
It's a nut job thing, man. Do we have the Olympics coming up soon? The Commonwealth Games? Is it next year?
Mm-hmm. The Olympics, yeah.
Dude, that's gonna be sick, man. What's the process of getting on the field for the Boomers? Do you just put your hand up, or do they just select?
They select. They email, like, they contact you to see if you're interested, and majority of guys that have that opportunity, of course, are going to do it.
Yep.
I would love to get there one day, but I'm still, working my way towards that. But I know the guys that I know that are going to be on those teams are like, it's something very special to them.
Yeah, I know that back probably like, was it 2014 when we had a really good team? Was it back then or 16?
16.
A really good team. Was it 16?
The last few we've had a good team. We
had a jet team, and I can't remember what it was, but I think it was the most recent one. We placed 3rd for the first time ever. Was that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. That was a jet team, but we probably would have won if we had. Would you say we would have won if we had Simmons on the team?
It's hard to say, man. It's hard to say because he hasn't played in a FIBA competition for years.
Yeah.
Like, I'll help. That's the first and foremost. But yeah, it's hard to tell because I haven't seen him play for a while.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I actually I went to school with him for like about 3 years, and I was like, he went there from 2009 to 2010, 11, 12, so up to year 9. And when he was in year 9, he was playing like year 12 basketball. VC. He knew he was good. He definitely knew he was ahead of the pack and stuff with the way he plays and shit. Like, and he was fucking huge, bro. I don't know how tall he is now, but he was that size back when he was 16 and all that time. It was nuts. It was fucking nuts. Yeah. But how about yourself when you were growing up? Like, how tall of a unit were you?
Stupid tall. I was always tall. I was a bit like similar in terms of I was always really, really tall. I hit 6 foot when I was like 12, and then kind of hovered around 6 foot to 6'3" for a few years. And then when I was in year 9, I think I was 14, I had this crazy stretch where I made a team and they measured me. And then like 3 weeks later, I couldn't train because I was so sore, and I didn't know why I was so sore. And they went, man, I think you've grown. And they measured me, and I grew like 3 inches in 3 weeks or something. It was ridiculous.
Jesus.
So I went from like 6'3" to like 6'6", 6'7", and it just kept going from there. But
that's crazy.
It's always been super tall.
I know that is a big issue though as well. Like, you grow faster than your plates develop as well, and that's probably why you get sore.
I was hamstrings. Like, I was telling my mom, I went, Mom, I'm so sore, and I haven't even like practiced that much. So I couldn't figure out. But yeah,
she should have turned around and said, "Cal, you're getting old."
Yeah.
Mom, it's been 3 weeks. Fuck. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Let's jump from the basketball talk. I'm sure you hear all this shit all the time. Let's get in the real stuff, brother. Okay, gaming. How did you get into it, man? You always been a gamer?
My parents first got me I got a PlayStation 2 when I was 4, and I think it was half because my dad wanted to play, but I got introduced, and it started off with just like I remember I was playing like Crash Bandicoot and like Simpsons Hit and Run, like those classic like PlayStation games.
Good game.
The best thing ever, man.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, that was nuts. I mean, I'm sure I was terrible at it. I was like years old, but yeah, I that's where it started for sure.
That was a huge vibe, that game, Simpsons Hit and Run.
Yeah,
that was huge.
At least I would play that for sure.
I know, bro. I know, and it would have been perfect timing for you when you were doing your recovery. You been gaming recently, or what? You been jumping on the games?
Yeah, a fair bit. Like, I've been trying to play with like some of the boys in our team. A few of them just started playing Fortnite again, so I started playing a bit. My mates back home still play Warzone, so like I play with them. I've been playing less by myself, but if the boys are on, like I'll get on for sure.
Yeah, that's fair enough, man. That's fair. Look, it kind of gets to that stage where you need to play with people. It's kind of really cool though, the way you see it. Like we used to play back, Simpsons Hit and Run. It was a very social thing when you're in the same room, but now it's all achievable online, and you can just play with your boys back home and stuff, and you can play with your mates in your basketball team and just have that synergy, but not also get injured playing it as well.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of the boys say. What was that, sorry?
I almost never play by myself anymore. Like, it's the new norm.
It's a vibe, bro. Do you guys ever like finish training, be like, "Oi, let's get home, get onto it"? What do the coaches think of that?
They don't ask, man. They don't really get it. They're like, "What? Like, what's going on?"
The coaches don't get it.
Yeah, they like that we spend time together. That's the most important thing.
No, that's good. That's the main thing, man. That's absolutely the main thing. I know that some of the boys, like, I've talked to rugby boys. I haven't had them on the podcast, but they used to say that the coaches sometimes didn't really like it because it might have taken their attention away, especially if they weren't getting their sleep. Because sleep. We've developed as humans for over thousands of years, and the one thing that hasn't been like evolved out of us is sleep. Like it's been crushed down to smaller and smaller, but we can't not have it. So if you're not having sleep, you're fucked, especially when you're getting paid to perform.
Yeah. I've never had that issue with a coach before, but I feel like maybe it just hasn't got to that point where it's affected how we've been going, thankfully. Yeah. I'm sure I've been close a few times.
Can you imagine the article headline?
Oh, man. It would not end well.
It wouldn't go well at all. Video games are already cops enough with like, these things overseas that happen horribly and whatnot. But dude, imagine that. That would be absolutely ridiculous. But I just want to ask, do you feel pressure in doing what you do, performing at the highest level?
Basketball?
Yeah.
I mean, not really. Sometimes, I still get nervous all the time, but I wouldn't necessarily call it pressure. It's more nervous because I want to do my best and want to do well for the team and that kind of thing. But I wouldn't say it's necessarily because you're in the spot you're in. It's more just wanting to be the best you possibly can,
Yeah, absolutely. And how do you deal with those nerves when they actually do arise, if they ever do?
Man, I'm hopeless at it. I just go out there, warm up. Usually, after warm up, I chill out a little. Talking to the boys is usually good as well. Everyone gets nervous. It's not just it's not just me. I go in the locker room and it's do music and stuff. Everyone's trying to lock in. Thankfully, our team's pretty laid back. You can just chat to a few guys and take your mind off it. It's pretty calm, but. I'm not the best at it. I'm not gonna lie, but it hasn't affected me too much.
No, that's fair enough. And hey, next one. Who would you beat on your team in video games in a 1v1? Easily.
What game?
Any game, bro. Choose their game.
All of them.
All of them. They're all bots.
Jack White's pretty good at Fortnite. I'd be the best at Warzone, hands down. Yep. 2K, I'm the best at. I reckon I'd be the best at most of the games. But Yeah, Whitey. I think Whitey's got me covered on Fortnite. He's pretty nice. He plays a fair bit. I've only just started playing again. So
The build mode or the non-build mode?
Non-build.
How good is that, man? It's so fun.
Yeah, that's why I got it back downloaded because had to give it a go.
It's good fun, man. It's absolutely good fun. We had a tournament not long ago, like last week, for $10,000. I have to pump up my own tires here. We did win one game out of all full-time streamers, and there's nothing better than when you win a game and you're versing people that play this shit full-time. It's just like...
I can't imagine. That would be pretty...
And for the 2 hours, we won 400 USD. And I'm like, well, pretty much psychologist here per hour. In 2 hours, 400 USD, I'll take that.
It's not bad.
On the chin. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad. Speaking of cash, though, what's like the rookie buy-in if you get drafted to the league? What is the rough salary of like a rookie?
So there's no draft. It's you just get signed. Like
really? Okay.
Yeah, the minimums are at the moment. I think it's far out. It just went up. It goes up by like a small percentage every year.
Okay.
But I think last year it was 62,500 was like the bare minimum, which is, it used to be much like, there used to be none, there used to be lower. Like it's starting to get better. I couldn't tell you what the max is. Like they're pretty good at keeping everyone's, details private, which is good.
Yeah.
But but that's the minimum, and so when you first start off, it's kind of where you start at. Slowly increase every year. Obviously, there's a salary cap for the team. I couldn't tell you what it is, but like there's rules and stuff they have to follow, so you can't go too crazy. But it's going up every year, which is really good for us. Like I'm not complaining.
Oh, that's good, man. That's good. That's good. You set yourself up. You invest in the right things and whatnot, and you're only young, and you got a successful career ahead of you. You know.
Yeah, of course.
I'm sure your parents will be in the ear. Callum, make sure you spend that money right. Put it in property. Don't put it in crypto. That's a classic. You got crypto?
A little bit.
A little bit? Okay.
I've got one for you. Matt Dellavedova is the biggest Bitcoin supporter I've ever met in my life.
Froths it.
The biggest.
Does he not just non-stop?
Non-stop. It's all he talks about. My WhatsApp chat with Delhi is just him sending me podcasts to listen to about Bitcoin, and it's the best ever, man. I love Delhi, and he is hilarious, but he loves Bitcoin.
Really?
And it's great. Loves it.
Has he helped you make some bucks?
A little bit. Nothing crazy, man. He doesn't force you to do anything, but he loves talking. And once you get to know him, you get to the point where you ask him about it, and he loves, get him talking about it. It's great.
I'd have to get him on this podcast to coach me about crypto. I need to get you into his DMs to get him on here if possible. But he playing around a player like that. When you got signed to the team, because Melbourne's a new team for you, I'm pretty sure, correct?
Yeah, first year.
Yeah. So when you came this year, how was it knowing that you're on the team with a guy that just won a ring?
It was cool. I've met Delhi before. When I was playing for Brisbane and he was with Cleveland, when he came home, he scrimmaged with us one time. So I had met him before. So I kind of knew what I was getting myself into. But it was really cool. And it's funny because once you go around the group for a little bit, you don't even think about it. Like he's just a cool guy. It's no different from, me and you. He's just really successful at what he does. But yeah, I was super excited and I was happy, looking forward to getting to know him and that. And it's been really cool to spend this past year with him and this upcoming season. While I'm rehabbing my knee, he's going to be around. I'm going to keep trying to get to know him more and more. It's super cool.
That's awesome, man. And so does he give you a bit of that inspiration, that little bit of extra touch whenever you're doing things? Yeah,
a little bit. It's funny how Delhi does it. He'll sneaky come up to you after and just he'll say one or two things. He's never actually with anybody been super vocal, but he'll just come over and be like, "Man, that was awesome, good job." He's pretty sneaky, encouraging, and I think that's what he does really well.
He wasn't like a Jordan who fucking let you know about.
Yeah, no, he's not at all. He's quite the opposite.
Is there anyone like that? You can name names if you want to, or not. But is there anyone like that who's just that fucking Mr. Basketball?
Nah, not. I mean, he'll hate that I'm going to say this, Joe the Wild Chul, when he gets fired up, gets a bit like that. I don't know if you've seen games and stuff, but like it doesn't really get like that. During preseason, it gets a little bit like it gets, everyone's tired and working really hard, but it never gets to that point with your own teammates.
Yeah.
That off. Very rarely get that far.
Imagine being on that Bulls team. Like, how would you deal with that? You've got this guy that just is screaming at your fucking ear, chewing it off. And he does everything for you. And then have you seen that documentary?
Yeah, of course.
What'd you think of it?
Unreal. It was the best thing ever. The part I liked about it is people I know that don't watch basketball really, really enjoyed it and finally got an understanding of like how much of an icon Michael Jordan is, like fashion-wise, basketball-wise, and just like, as you said, like his personality.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh, it's nuts. And the funny part for me on that documentary was when he was playing poker on the plane and he was at the high roller table and he won that, and then he came over to the smaller table for the dollar club, and they're like, Michael, it's a dollar buy-in. Don't worry, I don't want to beat you guys in this too.
Yeah.
It's just like, holy shit, man. I'm keen for the Kobe documentary, man. R.I.P. Kobe.
Yeah, me too. That's going to be, it might be sad, man. I don't know.
It will be sad. It will absolutely be sad. There was one thing, I saw a TikTok this morning, actually. And it was about Kobe was gassing up Shaq, saying, if Shaq had my mindset and my drive, we probably would have won like 12 rings.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. I've seen.
You reckon? You reckon that would have been the case?
It's hard to tell from afar. Like, obviously, he would have had to work pretty hard to get to what he got. But, I mean, Kobe was just wired differently.
Yeah.
So, like, if anyone had his work ethic, they're probably going to do better. But especially with Shaq, like, he's pretty big, pretty large, pretty strong. Like, that would have been...
Oh, for sure, man. For sure. Hey, was basketball your only hobby whilst growing up, and apart from the gaming type of stuff as well?
Pretty much. I wanted to give AFL a crack, but it just kind of clashed with basketball. I never really got a chance to, but that's the one thing I kind of wish that I maybe had a go at when I was younger. But I never really dabbled too much in anything else.
It'd be hard to convert over now that your hand-eye and your motor skills are attuned to, throwing and jumping and fading and all that type of shit. It would be hard to transition, and your body would be sore as shit.
Yeah, a lot of basketballers do make the transition to footy, but it takes time, man. Like you got to go through like a year or two process to. Yeah. I mean, you go from a short distance to long distance running, like different kind of strength. It's completely different thing.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Who do you reckon on your team would be able to be a footballer if they could be?
Oh, man. And we actually had this conversation before.
Okay.
Yeah. Jack White, for sure.
Jack White. What makes Jack White so special?
I mean, it's hard because you probably haven't seen him in person. He's like 6'6", long arms and athletic and can run. So it's just like one of those dudes that could probably play most sports,
Okay. Naturally athletic. Just he could do the Olympics as well.
Yeah, I reckon he would probably be the best at transitioning for sure. I was going to say there might be other guys in our team, but he would be, he'll take number one for sure.
Dali's a pretty like rough guy on the field, isn't he? Like I know for a fact he's like a Tassie devil, just gets in there, rah! Like all that type of stuff. Does he train the way he plays as well? Yeah. I mean, that.
For the most part, I'm sure there's times where he dials it back, but for the most part, he's in your face. Like I don't have to deal with him too much because I'm a big,
Yeah.
But other guys on the team, they cop it.
No, I love that, man. I love that. But let's segue back to the gaming type of stuff. If you could be a pro gamer, what game would it be and why?
It's funny you say that. It'd be something between either 2K, which is basketball, so it's kind of cheating, or I play Warzone.
Warzone, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Call of Duty was my thing when I was growing up, like in high school and stuff. So that would probably have to be it. But yeah, it's hard to say, man.
Warzone, I'd probably choose Warzone for you if I was your manager. I'd say, Cal, listen up, buddy. If we fly you out to America, and you're a jet, well then, there's 100K every month or whatever. There's 10K every week, every day. brother.
Yeah.
Over there, you go to the States, the US of A.
Yeah.
Definitely a better business decision. That's for sure. Who's your favorite player? Do you ever watch many of that esport type of stuff in Warzone?
I don't know. It's funny you asked that because I've actually been thinking about watching it more and more. Dream pointed it out.
Yep.
But I haven't really been paying attention. I know it's getting bigger and bigger though, which is good. It's definitely something that needs to be, on the growth because so many people are playing games and growing up with games, and it only makes sense,
Oh, for sure, man. For sure. Are you trying to like grow your social media presence like in the gaming scene a lot recently?
I haven't really. It's kind of naturally happened just because people see me on the game, but I haven't. It's something I definitely would look into, but yeah, I haven't really been trying to.
Yeah, it'd be hard. It would be extremely hard for you to do. Have you ever thought as a content idea? Because I know this would make you a lot of fucking money and it would solidify your possible career in the league as well. Is that by doing like vlogs in the change rooms and all that type of stuff where you can?
Yeah.
Is that a possibility?
I haven't thought, I don't reckon, man. Some of that's like the unspoken rule, like you don't really, no one's really filming in there. But if someone was to pull it off, it would be so entertaining, I reckon. I know the NBL is actually doing a documentary. There's been cameras around like our pre-game talks and that. But yeah, if someone could pull it off, it would be really impressive. But I don't think I'd be the guy to do it.
It's your fucking space. It could be the shittest. I swear to God, it could be the shittest video. And so many people would watch it. Even people from other teams. Because they'd be like, holy shit, man. Have you ever seen Mitch Robinson, do vlogs?
Yeah.
So, see, Robbo does a really good vlog because he's been doing it for a long time now. But everyone starts off shit. So the worst video you can do is not doing a video at all. I don't want to be the one to persuade you to do it because I'm not a manager or a coach at your team. But I shit you not. If you build your reputation and your marketability for sponsorships outside of basketball, dude, you'll be set for life, man.
Yeah, I can see how it would work. For sure.
This comes down if you can do it and all that type of stuff. And, if you did like a weekly video of like your recovery, your training, just like the kind of cliche things, because you don't want to be showing tactics or shit like that.
People don't really get to see it, do they? Yeah. So it would be pretty interesting.
Absolutely, man. Dude, I'm interested, bro. I'd fucking watch that. I don't really watch the NBL. But 100% I'd watch that. That'd be sick as watching you guys train. People would be, and literally every video that you do, you have Dellavedova as your thumbnail with you in the video. I shit you not. Dude, I'm fucking... Dude, you will get 10,000 views on your first video. I shit you not if you have Delly. You go like a selfie like this, like Delly or whatever, and I shit you not, bro. I promise you, man. And then you build up that I guess social media awareness, and you could land Red Bull, Monster Energy, all that type of shit on yourself, man. Absolutely slap. Has that ever been like a thought in your mind to do it?
It's crossed my mind before, but yeah, it's such a pride. Like, it's hard to explain. Like, people that play team sports know that, like, the locker room and like team stuff, it's kind of so special because only the dudes in that room kind of get to experience it. Like, as no one else knows what goes on in that environment. And it's so cool to be a part of it. Like, I'm sure there's a way you could do it, but it would have to take some like planning and sorting out for sure.
Yeah. It's just like the Netflix series, but less intrusive and less professional, like without interviewing people and getting them on board. It's just more like, film you guys shooting some hoops and then a cool down, stretching, a little bit of banter. And then you just wrap up the vlog, like a 5-10 minute type of thing. I reckon people would love that. But do you reckon that'd be allowed? Or it just depends on what you're filming?
It would have to get approved, but I'm sure someone could probably do it. It's hard because, all other things, heaps of things factor in, winning and losing. Like, after, no one's going to want to like have a camera in their face. They'll tell you to fuck off. So, but, I think it'd be possible for sure. It just, probably have some obstacles, but.
And whilst being in the NBL, do you also study as well? Like, is there things and outlets for you guys that in case like a tragic situation happened to you guys where you couldn't play anymore and stuff? Like, do they help you guys plan that?
Yeah, so we have like a players association, which has been really good. Like, they have programs where you can go study online during the season.
Cool.
They can help like financially support younger players that may not, it's their first year or whatever. Haven't earned much money.
Yep.
Which has been really cool. I personally haven't, but it's something that I'm going to look into more. For me, it was just like focusing on actually solidifying myself in the league, which I haven't even done yet. Yeah. But that, like, once I feel, I guess, a bit more comfortable in my basketball career, it's something that I'd really like to look into for sure.
It's so hard, man, because when you gotta get got the cash flow coming in, you're fairly cushy. You've got a sport that you love, and you're doing that, and to motivate yourself to study. I know, like, to people listening, they may be like, "Holy shit, man!" But it's tough, to find that motivation to study. But if you guys in the chat as well, if you're listening right now on YouTube, make sure to leave in the comments what you guys would study if you're a professional footballer or basketball player or whatever. But what would you study, Cal?
The thing I try to study something that would help my career while I'm still playing. So I was thinking like something to do with nutrition, or I know guys like doing psychology side stuff.
Yep.
Just things that kind of work around the sport you're in, which would be cool. Like, I mean, you can help yourself with it as well as start helping other people. Yeah, I think they're the two most popular. A lot of psych guys.
What about player management?
Yeah, there's a few. It's hard to get into, man, because like a lot of player management is who you know, how long you've been around, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I personally wouldn't do it, but yeah, there's not actually many ex-players that are doing it.
Okay.
At all, yeah. It's interesting though. You'd think there would be more, but yeah.
What about like commentary as well? Is there much opportunity for that?
Yeah, that's the other thing people do. People do that. That's fairly popular. Not for me, man. Live TV talking is not for me. I definitely do it? No way.
That's fair enough, man. Fair enough. If you were like courtside too, if you were standing up like with a microphone in front of you, they'd probably pass the ball to you thinking you're a player. Tall enough to fit in there. You needed one of those small reporter chicks just by the sideline, just whispering a little bit,
Yeah.
Love that. Do you guys have any podcasts anywhere, like in the NBL, or any extra content that you guys shoot?
Yeah, the NBL has their own stuff. Like, no one in Melbourne does, but the NBL has theirs. I can't think of what it's called off the top of my head, but I'm sure it's pretty easy to find. They have a few different things that they do. They have their own show on the ESPN, which is cool. Yeah, like it's expanding. Like, it's getting bigger and bigger, and I'm sure as it gets bigger, like those things will continue to evolve. But yeah, there are a few things out there. It's just cool.
No, that's sick, man. That's sick. And I know that like with AFL, like the minimum wage for someone's like $90,000 or $100,000. It's insane. So, and I didn't know like the NBL, like how much they got paid, but obviously guessing from the financials there being like a $30,000-$40,000 thing, there's quite a difference in the value of the AFL compared to NBL. And whatnot.
Yeah.
So the NBL is not as big, obviously.
Yeah, the NBL's not as big, but I'd say it's growing rapidly. Yeah. It's just AFL is such a big, it's so big in Australia. Like, it is the sport in this country, so it's hard to compare.
Yeah.
But in terms of like where we want to get to, it's a good goal to, try to get to.
Absolutely. And where do you think the NBL is going to be in the next 5 years? Do you reckon it'll be ahead or possibly, or catching up, nibbling at their heels?
Oh man, it's hard to say. Like, it's possible, but it would take a lot of work to get there. But I do think it's going to like continue to get better every year. The level of play right now has been so good. Like, it's just so entertaining. And the hard part is getting people to come. Like, once people come and they actually sit at a live game, they're like, fuck, this is sick. Like, it's just actually getting people to take that first leap.
Oh, yeah, man. I've never been to a game. Never.
Bro, you should come. Like, it's...
Where do you guys play? Amy?
We're in now. I think the season starts in October or something. But yeah, you should definitely come to a game. It's cool, man.
Dude, how much is a courtside ticket? I'll come get a courtside ticket, be GFreak. I'll wear whatever you want me to wear as a singlet, and I'll be there.
I don't know what it is, but yeah, get it done.
Okay, I'll come. Hopefully it's not too pricey. Otherwise, I'll be up the back fucking licking the wall. Just by myself, just warming myself up. I don't know, like, do they pump the air conditioner in those arenas, or do they pump the heat, or what do they do?
Indoor sport, man. Indoor sport. They look after you.
Okay, that's all right. So I'll be freezing my ass off then if you're sitting down. That's sick, man. I'm gonna have to get myself a courtside. I've got to check that out because I've like I said, I've never been to a game, and whatnot. You're the first NBL player, so I'll go for the Melbourne United. Is the Melbourne Tigers still around?
No, United took over from the Tigers.
Okay, well there we go. I'll go for Melbourne United. There we go.
Yeah.
New fan recruited right there. Love to see it. Love to see it.
You should play Drimmick.
What was that?
You should come when we play Drimmick.
Okay, I'll have to. Brisbane Bullets versus Melbourne United, correct?
He's playing for Adelaide now. Come on, man.
Oh, I did fucking see it on his story, and I did say, how's he been? I did message him about that. Yes. I'm an idiot, bro. I'm an idiot. Speaking of messages, bro, I went to Blue Bonnet the other day, took my family there.
Yeah, awesome.
Dude, thank you so much for that recommendation. That's fucking mint. That was so good. What did you guys get when you went there?
We went there for my birthday. We got, like, I forget what it was called. It was just like they just kept bringing stuff out.
Okay.
Like the neat thing.
You got like banquet? Yeah?
Yeah. And it was elite, man. Like, yeah, top tier.
Hell yeah, man. I literally, we were like, do we get one of those or do we, what do we do? So I literally ordered one of everything from the menu.
Yeah.
From all the mates. I got like all this brisket. I got pork ribs, half a chicken, a beef cheek, an Angus beef cheek, some pulled pork, pulled lamb ribs, and then I got these chips. I got some coleslaw and I got some beetroot salad. Don't get the beetroot salad; it's shit. But everything else was fucking elite, bro.
Yeah,
elite.
The beef brisket was nuts, man.
Oh, how good was it, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, man. If you guys are based in Melbourne listening, let me know if you guys have been to Blue Bonnet. And if you haven't, make sure to go and let me know in the comments section on YouTube. But it was the best thing ever, bro, that Texas barbecue. And yeah, I went there. How did you find the place?
Someone recommended it to me. I forget who sent, like, someone just sent it to me and was like, hey, man, like, we should go here one time. And I was like, got to my birthday and I hadn't organized anything. I was like, actually, there's this barbecue place we should go check out.
Oh, it's sick as.
Like, yeah, this is sick.
How dark's the lighting in there, though? It's so dark.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Like, you can't even see your food in front of you. You just...
on purpose.
You're just reaching around, bro. Where the fuck is it? Oh, my God, bro. Oh, my God. I want to try another place, though, that's like that. Do you know any other ones that you can recommend me?
Nah. Oh, man, someone actually literally told me there's one yesterday and I've completely forgotten.
Oh, no.
Ground.
It was, what did you say? It was Ground?
No, I said there's a few around.
Okay, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Hey, random topic change. I saw Pac-Man, like the official Twitter page, come up on my feed today.
Yeah.
And I had to scroll through, and I don't know how they're doing it, but they're still relevant. It's Pac-Man. How? How are they staying relevant, bro? You ever played Pac-Man? You would have played Pac-Man, surely, bro.
Yeah, of course.
I used to love that game, man. That was the best shit ever. Oh my God. I used to actually slap at it too. You ever slap at those old school games? Any of those games?
I was never any good at that, man.
Really? What was your best like old school game that you were good at?
Old school game. See, I was young, so like I probably thought I was good, but I sucked.
Yeah.
Like
Space Invaders or something? Galaga?
Mario Kart? I'm pretty good at Mario Kart.
Mario Kart, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. I'd say that's...
I get that. That's a good one. Do you got the Switch?
I do.
You got Mario Kart 8 on that?
I think so. Honestly, it's been buried away. I haven't been using it.
Nah, it's fair enough.
Pretty sure I do have it though.
I remember when the new Pokemon came out. My fiance and I, we both got Switches and started playing, Mario Kart together and shit like that. But I haven't really played for like a good year. Like it just
neither.
Because I'm on my PC all the time, So since upgrading from my console and stuff, I've just been on this grind. Do you have yourself a good rig at home, or do you just play on console?
Console, man, just the PS5.
Yeah, I'll get yourself a PC.
Yeah, I'll get it eventually. it's just it's a long process to set up the right stuff, man.
Absolutely. Now you got to make sure that if you go do it, let them know that, or just like get like a pretty cool build for like an NBL, like an NBL type of build PC. I can imagine like an orange PC. Do you have specific colors that you like yourself? Like, do you have a logo for your own brand?
Nah.
Okay. You'd get like a designer, make your own brand, start branding shit, bro. You have this mad fucking PC, call yourself CD, like have a little fucking CDs, your thing, bro. Oh my God, it's coming to me right now. Oh my God, write this down. Write this down. Write this shit down, man. But oh man, how do you find, like, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years in the league? Do you have any goals?
Hopefully, like, I'm at the stage where I just want to play. Like, I'm still not consistently playing. So right now, It's just, I really want to just be able to contribute to a winning team.
Yep.
Hopefully, Melbourne, that would be sick.
Yeah.
Like, just be an effective like player that actually makes a difference in NBL games, professional games, and like have it as like a solidified job. Like still year to year right now. You never know. So
yeah, it is a little bit scary, and it would get a little bit daunting for you. So how do you like overcome those things when they're in the back of your head? Like, oh shit, year to year. What do you do extra? What do you do? What do you want to do more of? What is it?
Usually it's just like motivation, honestly. Like, you have to do the work to get there. So you won't have a job if you're not good enough. Yep. Like, it's hard, but it's the truth. So, you just got to keep working and working, because I know if I don't work hard enough to get it, there's definitely someone else working hard enough to get it. Like, the league's still relatively small with the amount of teams they have and players. Like, there's only a certain amount of positions available. So you have to do what you can to like hold your spot, get your spot. It's tough league, man.
Oh, for sure, man, for sure. And even like the diets as well. Like, if your skin fold's just a slight bit off, are you like criticized or anything like that?
Yeah, a little bit. Like, I haven't been in that too much in that situation before, but I have heard of people like getting in trouble for it. To be honest, like, we train so much and work out so much that it's pretty hard to put on heaps of weight like that. It's more in the off season, I think, when guys aren't doing as much, that it might happen. But yeah.
Hey, you guys would have to do a lot of beep tests, wouldn't you?
Nah, we don't.
Really?
Thankfully, I hate it. I hate the yo-yo test. I hate all that. Yeah. We don't use that. We just do conditioning, like, regular conditioning drills. You know if you're not fit enough when you're playing. Like, it's two different things, like your running fitness and actual in-game basketball fitness. Yeah. Like, an elite runner can try to play basketball. It's like a completely different type of energy system, Yep. But, like, I'd say, like, when I'm in my peak basketball shape, I cannot run. Like, I can't be a long-distance runner. It's completely different thing, man.
And you built up of, I guess, more fast twitch muscle fibers, which is, those quick, sharp, snappy 10-second intervals and whatnot, because that's all you really need when you've got that defense, offense and stuff, and bang. Yeah. In basketball, I've never really been a good basketballer. That's one of the things that I sucked at. I just couldn't shoot, bro. Could not fucking shoot. And dribbling, oh, don't even get me started about it. I don't know how. What's one of your strengths in basketball though?
I'd say shooting's probably my go-to thing.
Really? For a big man too. I love that.
Yeah. It's funny because I never used to shoot when I was younger. And when I went to the Center of Excellence, like the academy thing, they kind of just got on me about it. And they said, like, my shot looks nice. Like, I just need to get, like, repetitions in and practice, and it'll get better. And it, like, rapidly got better. Like, I was capable of doing that. Which was awesome, and I'm glad I did it. So,
no, well done. And where's your special spot? Inside the paint or outside the ring?
Outside.
Outside the ring, the big splash.
Yeah,
love that.
I like
that. Crowd loves that too. I'll tell you what. I'll be getting up and about if you hit a splash when I come to this game, courtside. Okay, I'll be there. I might even run on the court.
You have to wait.
What was that?
You're going to have to wait till my knee's good. I mean, I've got a fair while.
So I know, bro. Are you at every game, even though you're injured?
So what?
Do you go to every game even though when you're injured?
Yeah, I wasn't going on the road like
Yep.
for the back end of the season. Like I just had surgery, so it was still like really swollen and don't planes and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went to every home game, which was like hard to watch, honestly. But yeah.
That's all right. That's all right then. So, wait. So you were saying that you guys play out of what arena?
John Cain.
Oh yeah. Hey, John Cain, Kyrgios's favorite place, man. I fucking love that place. That was the best. It was one time at the start of the year. I haven't told this story yet, but that Kyrgios game I got on TV like at the start of the year.
I remember.
Yeah. And you know that game I was never supposed to get in?
Really?
Yeah. I paid for a general admission ticket and I got there an hour and 45 early, right? To get a seat. I got there and they weren't letting any more people in. They were at capacity, which is 50% because of COVID. I'm like, no fucking way. I'm in my gear. I chalked 45 minutes walking to every single door asking people to let me in. They would not let me in. And I bribed every single one except for one door. One door, I didn't bribe this kid and he was about our age, right?
Yeah.
And so I went up to him and said, hey, bro, I went to every single door. I need to get in this game. I need to fucking be here. Can you please let me in somehow? And he said, have you tried every door? And I said, yeah. And he said, try again and come back when you're done. I said, okay, fuck. So I tried a couple more and all these people just kept rejecting me and whatnot. And it's pretty hard to say, you said yes before when I'm wearing the gear that I'm wearing. And so I went back up to him and I said, hey, bro, I can't. No one's letting me in. He said, okay, whilst I'm not looking, take this ticket and go for it. And I said, fuck. It was a pass out card, bro. And I said, okay, cheers, bro. And I took it. He said, come back in 10. I said, okay, fuck, yeah. So I got it. And I'm just sitting around. I'm like, oh, my God, my night has been made. My night's fucking been made, right? So I ended up saying, I couldn't even talk to him. I couldn't even talk to him and say thank you because there was security all around him. So I walked up to him, gave him the card up, I put a 50 underneath the card. I folded it up nicely underneath the small card. And I slipped it to him. I said, hold it with 2 hands. Thank you so much, mate. And that's all I could do. That's all I could do was security was there. They were holding him back and stuff. And I didn't want him to get like in trouble because a 50 pops out of his hand for no fucking reason. But I had to give him cash. I had to, man. It's just, you just had to. So anyway, I went there and stuff. And then I saw an opening courtside and I ran courtside. And I'm like, holy fuck, man. Here we are. Wasn't even supposed to be there and we got there.
Man, you got the hookups.
We got the hookups, man. This random guy, kid, if you're listening to this podcast, thank you so much. You're a fucking legend.
Yeah.
Absolute legend, man. You ever had those moments like that?
Man, not like that. That's crazy.
It was absolutely insane. Have you ever been overseas, like to the NBA, sorry?
Nah. I mean, I played like in different countries for the junior Australian teams, but I've never had stuff with the NBA before.
Shit, man. Okay, that's crazy. Who's the most famous person you met?
I've met?
Yeah.
I've seen famous people. I haven't necessarily met anyone crazy famous.
Okay. Would you call Delhi just the most famous person basketball-wise?
Yeah, probably Delhi. Delhi, I'd say.
And Delhi's connection is everywhere as well, which is nuts.
Yeah.
Does he tell 6 stories about when they won the ring?
Yeah. He's got some pretty good ones. He hasn't told anything too wild, but like, I definitely want to get more out of him. You know, it's one of those things where I don't want to be the guy that's just asking you about everything as soon as I met him. So it's like, trying to over time, just, ask a question here and there.
Absolutely, man. Hey, in Call of Duty, you get a championship ring like you do in the NBA?
Yeah.
Have you seen those ones? How sick they look?
Yeah, they're cool as. You get them in NBL as well. It's like the new thing, man.
Really?
Yeah.
How much? What are they? Like, how many carat are they and all that type of stuff?
I have no idea, but they're cool. It's like a big NBL ring. I haven't got one myself.
That's fucking sick as, man. So obviously you're up to date with Call of Duty then. You know who's around and stuff. Like in the CDL, correct?
Not.
Like
I've only dabbled a little bit. I haven't deep dived, so I don't know too much.
All right, this weekend, there's the Toronto Ultra major. So it's everyone has to fly out to Toronto in Canada and play for the big $100,000 tournament or $250,000 tournament. I recommend watching it, brother. It is so good. It's the best shit ever. Is there any teams that you know of in the COD League?
Nah.
Do you want a team?
Sure.
All right.
Hit me.
Optic Texas. You have to go for Optic. You would have heard of Optic, surely, in the gaming scene.
Of course.
Or you can go for FaZe. But Optic right now, they're fucking heated. They are ridiculous.
I'm a bandwagon. I'll be.
Jump on the green wall, baby. We got another green waller. We love to see that. Love to see that. See, I've just bandwagoned with Melbourne United. You've bandwagoned with Optic, the green wall. Love to see that. Successful podcast so far. Love that. Hey, a night before basketball, is there any specific meal that you would have leading into a game?
Nah, man. When I was younger, I used to love pasta the day before, but it's just turned into whatever. I know some guys have like their little pre-game, pretty prescriptive, but I'm just doesn't bother me that much.
All right. Here's another one. Does yourself or anyone on the team have really weird superstitions?
Superstitions?
Yeah.
Oh man. I don't think so. People try to think, man. We had a song that we played before every single game, but I wouldn't say that's anything too crazy. There wasn't anything wild.
Okay. I was really hoping for someone to have a real fucking weird one.
I don't think so. Oh, our import showered in the locker room before every game. He would go out and do his warm-up, come back in and shower, and then suit up for the game. That's probably the weirdest one.
Imagine if you showered between quarters as well. Every time he fucking goes out, has a shower, or snaps off a log or some shit. Just get it in there. That's a pisser, man. That's a pisser. But what advice would you give to the people that are listening and watching right now if they ever wanted to get into the NBL?
I mean, I kind of touched on what I said before a little bit. There's only limited spaces, so you really have to outwork and prove why you deserve it over someone else. And there's not, because of the lack of spaces, a lot of the time it's you, the young person trying to break through, that has to be picked over someone that's been there, done it, and is trying to keep their spot. And a lot of these guys have families, their mortgages, they're fighting for their their lives. So it's tough, man. Breaking through is the hardest part, and then you got to try to keep it, and it's a whole nother challenge. So you just got to work really hard, and you got to understand that there's dudes that are really pushing them and putting them bodies through hell so that they can keep their job.
Absolutely. And for yourself, what's the most difficult task you faced as a professional sport athlete and that you've had to overcome, and how did you do it?
My knee, man. This knee. I haven't overcome it just yet, but it has been so tough, man. I missed the last 15 games of the season, I think it was. And we only played 28 games. So, it was tough, man. Just to, go from being a part of the group every day, training with them, going to the game and, warming up, being really a part of it, to kind of just standing on the sideline and watching and seeing everyone, having their banter and stuff. And I'm kind of on the sideline fuck, I wish I was out there. It sucked, man. But, it gives you motivation that you want to get back there for sure. But, yeah, it was tough.
It's kind of turning a negative situation into a positive situation. You use that negative energy and you kind of convert it to the light side, if we're talking Star Wars here. And you use that to really get yourself back on that course. So then you're the one on the field, on the board, throwing up some banter with the boys and slapping asses and shit. If you guys are allowed to do that, I don't know. I know that they've started stopping that in the AFL and whatnot. People get fines and shit like that, and whatnot, which is pretty funny. But it was it's quite absurd. Come to think of it, it is quite absurd. Do you ever have 1v1s with players on the team?
As in in basketball?
Yeah, in basketball, yeah.
Yeah, we play a practice sometimes 1-on-1.
Yeah, nice. Just to help yourself get yourself in the paint and versing different height players and weight and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, it's just keep working on your game, sharpening your skills, try different things. It's a good one. if you haven't played, like you don't play on the weekend, you can play one-on-one, just like with the other guys that haven't played, just to get yourself, keep making sure you're staying in shape and stuff. But yeah, we definitely do play.
Oh yeah, man, I love that. I love that basketball is a sport where you can do like an Uncle Drew type of situation. Like, you can't really do that in footy. Like you cannot. There's no way that an older guy, like a proper guy, would be able to dress up as an older guy and run around and dominate everyone. Like basketball is so like pass the ball and you just do a couple of things and you shoot and whatnot. It's so like and you don't get tackled obviously. But do you ever see yourself doing like an Uncle Drew? Just dressing yourself up as an old white guy?
No, I'm not skilled enough to do that. That's Kyrie's on another level, man. Can't do that.
I remember when those things first came out with Pepsi Max. That was probably the best. You would have been young. You would have been like 12 when that shit came out. I would have been 15.
I remember.
Yeah, and it was the best shit ever. You're like, oh my God, fucking Uncle Drew. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And whatnot. And like now Kyrie, looking at him, like he's coming to the end of his career and whatnot, wrapping it up. He's getting older. Time flies, man. It's fucking crazy.
I know, it makes me feel old.
I know, bro. I know. You ever keep contact with your old school?
Kind of, a little bit. My coach that coached me when I was there is still there. So, like, yeah, keep an eye on it, of course.
I remember, like, as a footballer, like, as a footy player and stuff, I remember that would have been the coolest experience. If you ever got drafted, you go back to school, talk to the teachers, and you take them for a lesson or whatever. And whatnot. Has that ever been something that's come across your mind?
Nah, I mean, so one of the other guys that I played in high school plays NBL for Brisbane, and we went back and watched them play. But it was at the school, but we weren't doing that. We just went to go check out the team and see how they all stuff, which was really cool. Like, we wore our senior jerseys from when we graduated, when supported. It was cool. Like, didn't want to be too cocky and walking around like with a man or anything, but like we went and sat in the corner and watched it. It was really cool. Like,
that's awesome.
I
think anything like showing face or wanting to support or whatever, any bit of support, I think that it goes a long way, especially for communities and whatnot. And you never know how like a kid feels like, that day or whatever, might be having a shit one, and then they see you or someone else that they look up to, and then just like fuck, and it just puts a smile on their face, man. It'd be so cool. You'd probably have some kids come around the campus sometimes, when you're training or whatever.
Yeah, where we actually practice at United, public has access to like at different hours, and sometimes when we're leaving, we run into kids and stuff, and some of the looks on their faces when they realize like who's walking out is the best thing ever, man. Like when you walk out with Delhi or Chris Goulding or whatever, and the kids are just like, oh my God, like just their idol, or they got their jersey on and they're like freaking out. It's the best, man. Because
you guys their fucking chin's probably at your hips. No shit.
Yeah.
I love that, man. There's probably, and it works both ways. I feel like there's nothing cooler than like, I'm not as big as a name or athlete as you guys, but there's nothing cooler than when like a fan comes up to you or whatever, and they're just like, "Hey, how you doing? Can we have a photo or whatever?" And you're like, "Yeah, dude, that's fucking sick." It's like a kick of reality to yourself. It's sick as.
Yeah, I mean, it's still like, it doesn't feel real sometimes. Like, I don't think I am anything at all, but then those things happen, and you go, "Oh, wow, that was pretty cool."
Yeah, it's like a pretty cool, humbling snap of reality. Like, shit, man, this is sick as fuck.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. What do your parents think of it, man? They support you, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, my dad played NBL, so he kind of knows what I'm going through. They're just proud. Like, they're just happy I'm good doing what I love to do. I do a sport for a job. It's pretty cool.
Living the dream, mate. Living the dream.
Yeah.
Who did Dad used to play for?
He played for a few teams. He played for Brisbane, Sydney, Canberra when they had a team. And I think there was one other. I can't remember off the top of my head.
So you would, I guess, like scouted to Brisbane, like a father-son type of thing as well? Was that your first club?
They don't have that rule.
Okay.
They knew my dad.
Yeah,
but
cool.
My dad, my auntie, my uncle all played professionally, so they kind of knew my last name. I guess I'm sure it helped, but Yeah, the assistant coach at Brisbane was one of my dad's old teammates. So,
oh, sweet as, man.
Yeah,
that's awesome, man. Is your dad still involved in the scene, or no, not as much?
No, he was never really involved ever. It was just by chance that it was like that. He's been really big on me kind of paving my own pathway.
Yep.
We talk about it all the time. It's like, we don't want to be one of those guys where I'm just here because my dad knows a guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, he hasn't really been like, I don't think he's even ever spoken to anyone at United before.
Okay.
Which I prefer, honestly, like personally. I don't want that feeling that I'm here just because of what he did. Yeah. I'd rather, make sure I got here myself.
Yeah. I think that it would be 99% of what you do. I don't think they're going to draft anyone for no reason. Yeah. A lot of that does happen in the AFL because of the father-son rule. There's a lot of hype, and the kid might have had a growth spurt when they were younger and stood out in front of all the younger kids, and they just dominate that way. But everything gets sorted out. Like, the Deadwood rises when it comes to the big boys, the best of the best and whatnot. And obviously you're carrying your weight, which is fantastic. How much are you weighing in it nowadays?
It's a good question, man. Before I did my knee, I was like 113 kg.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
I haven't weighed myself lately. Sure, it's probably gone up a little bit.
To the coaches listening, you're still at 113, pure athletic muscle and nothing else, okay? It's fantastic. You got a fucking six-pack that we just dried the laundry out on, and we grated some cheese for tonight on the pasta. It was fantastic. Yeah. Exactly, man. So when does the season start? October, you were saying. So
I think it's October, yeah.
Okay, sweet. So you're probably going to be back by then, Brandon. That's another 4 months away. You're fucking sweet.
Nah, I'm scheduled to kind of start playing again mid-December.
Oh, okay.
And that'll be like I'm gonna miss like just over half the season. So I don't we still haven't sorted out what that looks like, but I doubt I'll be playing this next season. Maybe, who knows? Maybe, but I'm more focused on the next season after that. And if something was to come season, awesome. But yeah.
Yeah, okay. Is the fixture out yet? When do they release fixtures usually?
No, not out yet. I'm actually not too sure. I'd say haven't even been finalised and stuff yet. It'd probably be in the next, what are we, June? Yeah, probably next month or two.
Yeah, I was just about to have a look at the when you guys were versing Adelaide, but I won't look now. Was there any moment whilst you were playing that you're like, holy shit, like you just get like a reality here, like holy shit, I'm playing in the NBL?
Not really. The only time it's really happened was at United with Delhi and that, and I was like, man, like I'm fucking here with the dude that won with LeBron. That's pretty fucking like that was probably the only time. I haven't played enough where I've been like, in the thick of it and kind of had that moment.
Yeah,
I look forward to having that moment, but yeah, it hasn't really happened just yet.
I'm sure it will, brother. I'm sure it will. Absolutely. I think that one for you might be like when you come back after this ACL and you start absolutely fucking peaking, sinking some money shots and some bank shots as well. We'll mix it up, You can't be just splashes. Has to hit the backboard for the big doubts. But I think that when you come back from your ACL injuries, it's definitely going to be one of those eye openers for you as well. Yeah, which would be fucking sick motivation.
Yeah, I think about it all the time. I'm really looking forward to that, kind of ticking that last thing off and getting to do that. It's going to be really cool.
Fuck yeah, bro. I'm keen as, man. I'm keen as. Are there any games that you're looking forward to coming out this year? Video games.
Yeah, well, 2K. I'll get the new 2K for sure.
Of course.
Doesn't matter if it's bad. The new Warzone and the new Call of Duty.
Yeah. Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, I already know. Bro, if it's anything like the old Modern Warfares, I will play it way too much. But yeah, that's probably what I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah, I feel like that Modern Warfare 2 is going to be sick as, bro. Have you played the campaign of the original Modern Warfare? Oh, sorry. Well, I guess, yeah, the original Modern Warfares, like Modern Warfare 2, 1, 2, and 3, and also the recent Modern Warfare?
Yeah.
How good are the campaigns, man?
Yeah, Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. Like, if it's anything like the old ones, I'm telling you that, like, ooh, if there's like the feeling of nostalgia as well, like if they incorporate enough of the old game, it's going to be nuts.
Have you seen the Warzone 2 map leak?
Yeah, I did today.
Yeah. Oh, you saw it today?
Yeah.
What do you think of it, man?
Excited, bro. Excited.
There's so terminal, high rise, crash, all that type of stuff's going to be in the Warzone map, which is fucking sick, bro. I can't wait.
Yeah, I don't mess with the new Warzone map. What's it called?
Oh yeah, Caldera.
Caldera, yeah,
It's
not a big
shit,
Caldera.
man. I don't like it, bro.
Yeah. Not the best.
That was the last time we played on Verdansk.
Yeah,
that was like over a year ago since we last played.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I probably would have said that was when the game was probably good, man. Like, you know, it was really. I don't even know what the meta was back. It might have been like, it might have been just the M4 meta, really.
But I remember.
I need to
get back. Yeah, once that new game drops, man, we'll get Drim back on.
Absolutely. Does Drim still play?
He hasn't been, but I think it's the same thing. Like, he just wasn't enjoying it anymore.
Yeah, that's fair enough, man. I think they lost like about 20 million players.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
One of many.
Absolutely. And I myself, I'm now on Apex Legends, which I recommend if you have time to put into it, because it's way harder.
I've had a go.
You love it?
It was fun. Like, I played it for a little bit, but I was trash, bro. Like, I definitely have to take some time to get good.
Yeah.
Man.
Oh, it's one of those games where you really got to dial in. Did you see the Apex Global Series recently in Sweden?
Nah.
Dude, Aussies won it. A team of Aussies.
Oh, really? That's sick.
And there was no publicity about it on the news.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, bro? There was publicity for the Fortnite thing that no one. It was just them participating, some Aussies, but there was no news about the Apex Legends champions, you know, winning as a team of Aussies.
Come on, man. Australians should support Australians.
That's exactly fucking right, bro. You know, get around the boys. And their best player, who's arguably one of the best players in the world, wasn't even playing. He had COVID. He flew over to Sweden and tested positive.
That's a dagger.
That fucking hurts, doesn't it?
Yeah, that stinks.
That sucks, man. Imagine flying those hours from Australia to Sweden to then sit in the hotel room to isolate.
Yeah, no, that's not it.
And then your team wins. I don't know how you'd feel about that. Like, I'd feel pumped, at the same time I'd be pissed.
Bittersweet.
It'd be the worst type of feeling ever, man. It'd be the worst. If I could win a championship, it'd probably have to be a COD ring. That'd be the sickest one. In gaming, what ring would you want to win?
I think
Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Modern Warfare 2 is our year, bro. We're just going to retire from whatever we're doing. We're playing Modern Warfare 2. Going to jump straight into it. The promotion around Modern Warfare 2 coming out has been unreal. Have you seen the video where it's like showing the ships and through the alleys and stuff?
Yeah. Incredible,
man. I saw some gameplay the other day, and it's hyper realistic.
Is it? I haven't seen it play. I would love. Yeah.
Ridiculous. And it doesn't, like, sorry to burst your bubble, but it doesn't really look like the older Modern Warfares.
That's all right, as long as it's going to be good.
It's like the Modern Warfare 2019 version, but even crisper, if that makes sense. Okay. Like, even more realistic.
I like that game.
Yeah, it went. I reckon that campaign was one of the best ever. That Modern Warfare one, 2019, that was fucking sick.
Yeah.
Was there any missions in COD 4 or COD Modern Warfare or anywhere across the Call of Duty franchise that stood out to you?
No Russian.
Yeah, dude, that one was fucking nuts.
Yeah, classic. But yeah, that's probably the only one that I can think of off the top of my head.
Yeah, that one was nuts, bro. There was so much controversy behind it. And there's more controversy years later compared to like when it first happened, which is weird. Yeah. It's just like, oh my God, man. And I know that in Russia, I think that they actually removed that mission. I'm pretty sure.
That doesn't surprise me.
Same as China. My favorite mission probably personally would have to be the the ghillie suit one where you're crawling through all ghillied out. You're like crawling as a ghillie suit through the Russian army.
Yeah.
Dude, that was dope, man. That was dope. That was so good. Best thing I've ever played, bro. Like you're in like Chernobyl and stuff and going through and all that. Dude, imagine if we had. Have you ever been like overseas to like scary places and stuff?
Scary places?
Well, like Chernobyl's a scary place. You ever been to a freaky place, or you just been traveling just for sport?
Nothing. Yeah, I've only traveled for sport. Nothing too crazy.
Okay, fair enough, man. Fair enough. Do you recommend any places if you've got a one-way ticket? Where's a place that you'd be going to?
I like Greece. Greece was cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like Greece. I think it'd be Greece or Spain. One of the two.
The basketball is big there too, isn't it?
Yeah, huge.
Bigger in Spain than Greece. Greece is more soccer.
Yeah. They still love their basketball, but Spain's. Yeah.
Imagine you playing soccer. You'd be fucking enormous. Running in box to...
No way I could play anything else.
You'd probably have to be the goalie, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
How would you rate yourself as a goalie in soccer?
Not that good.
Really?
Not that good. We actually play. It's funny you say that. At United, like one of our maybe once or twice a week, we have soccer goals set up and we warm up by playing like a 10-minute game of soccer. Yeah. And I'm trash. Like I'm one of the worst on the team for sure.
Oh no, man. Who plays the goalie?
It switches. The only one consistent goalie is Mason Peatling, and he is elite at being a goalkeeper.
Okay.
We don't play with the full size goals. They're a bit smaller.
That'd be small.
He's tough. Yeah.
I feel like Daly would be a good goalie, just the way he like jumps on balls and just fucking scrims it.
I don't know. He played goalie once the whole year. I'm trying to think. I think he tried. I didn't think he did.
Hey, how do you go at golf? Because you're a long limbed guy, and when you have like a long pole, you'd get some fucking serious pace on that.
No, but I mean, I suck. And also, I don't know if I've ever used a club big enough for me.
Oh, okay. So you're like always hunched over and like just
yeah, exactly.
Shriveled up like a fucking sultana. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
fair enough, man. Fair enough. Are you going to any gaming events this year, like PAX or DreamHack or anything like that in Melbourne?
Nah, I'd see a lot of it clashes. It's like one thing about sports, usually on the weekend, like
yeah.
Stuff. So everything usually clashes. I've never actually been to one. I would love to go and check it out, but yeah, it would just depend on timing and stuff.
I'm pretty sure PAX and DreamHack is August and September.
Okay.
So let me know if you're gonna go, and we'll catch up. We'll link up.
Okay.
Because that'd be fucking sick. PAX is more like a home show. Have you heard of these events before?
I have, yeah.
So PAX is more like a home show exhibition type of place for gaming. Yeah. But then DreamHack, which was Melbourne Esports Open, that is the big boy esport event. Like that's, Rod Laver, Margaret Court, John Kane, completely packed out with all these arenas and shit. Heaps big crowds and whatnot just watching. And it's it was an international thing, but now it's more of a grassroots competition. So our best teams that win these tournaments will probably get flown overseas to qualify for America.
Yeah.
So I know the Chiefs boys have a couple and whatnot. But speaking of an esport team, have you ever thought of jumping on board with an esport team?
I haven't. Nah. See, I haven't been able to game enough. Like, yeah, I haven't at all.
Yeah, I think Anthony's still with us. I don't know. I have no idea. Last time I checked, he's still there. I've got no idea.
I think he is, but he's been slacking, man.
He's been slacking. I'm gonna have to fucking get in his DMs and say, what the fuck you been doing?
100%.
He'll be a fucking potato when he jumps back on the sticks, man.
Probably.
Are you both controller players?
I think he's keyboard.
Is he?
Yeah.
Doesn't he play on console?
Nah, he's got a massive PC. He's got a nice PC.
Does he have a nice PC?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Dude, I've got to get him to send me pics of his PC.
Yeah, do it.
It's such a bloke thing. Hey, send me pics of your PC, bro. Or your car. Send me pics of your car, bro. Send me pics of your fucking your shoes, bro. Surely being a basketballer, you've got some fucking sick shoes. What do you got? Do. What do you got, man?
You actually wouldn't believe I have my newest pair right next to me.
I love that. What have we got?
Kobe 5s,
Woo.
which I haven't won yet, but they're pretty fucking sick. One of the boys got them for me, actually, which is sweet.
What do both sides look like? Can you give us a spin?
So
outside,
this
and then
like
inside.
that.
Nice, man.
The inside.
What about the sole, the heel, the grip? Yeah, that's clean, bro.
These are tough. Like, I'm looking forward to wearing those. I don't have all the rest are in my locker at our stadium, but yeah, I got a few pairs. I don't have. I'm size 17, so it's hard to find.
What the fuck? You're a size 17.
Yeah. So
How
it's hard
big is that?
Pretty big.
Is that like 45 centimeters or something?
I don't know, but yeah. So I love shoes, but it's hard to find them in my size. Like I gotta take what I can get.
A size 17, ladies and gentlemen. Put your shoe sizes in there. Does anyone have a big shoe size? Then Callum. And also, whilst you're doing that, make sure to rate this podcast 5 out of 5 on Spotify and Apple. But a size 17. So I thought I had a big foot at size 12 or 13. But 17, what the fuck? You'd be tripping over those big fucking flippers, man. That's insane. That is insane. How much is a shoe like that? How much does that set you back?
Same as normal. It's more like resell is super expensive, because there's less made, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you get them retail, it's the same.
Okay. And is that normal? Is that like that shoe right there? That's obviously just a walk around shoe. It's not a game day shoe.
No, that's a game day shoe.
That's a game day shoe. Shit, man.
These are Kobe's, man. Come on.
It didn't look like the heel went like there was ankle support there. Like it looked like they were quite low.
Yeah, they're game shoes. Like the hardest part about having a big foot is I can't buy my shoes in a store. Like no one has shoes that big in store.
Yeah.
I have my shoes online. So I guess in that sense it's more expensive because you'll pay for shoes. But yeah. Pretty good.
Yeah, shipping absolutely stings you, bro. It absolutely stings. But is there anything else you want to talk about before we wrap this podcast up, brother?
Nah, man. Enjoyed my time, though.
No, well, I appreciate that, man. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure to tune in and check out my boy Callum, who plays for the Melbourne United on his first game back. I don't know when that's going to be. He doesn't even know when that's going to be. But it's good. Let's say it's going to be game 1 of the season this year. Game 1, he's in, starting center. He wins the ball, taps it down to Delhi. Delhi just shoots him halfway. Doesn't give a fuck. Goes straight in, sinks it. Love that shit. It better be a home game, that's for sure. But where can we find you on the socials? Do you have socials? Obviously.
Yeah. Instagram.
So what's your Instagram, brother?
CALLUM DALTON _
There we go, baby. There it is. Twitter as well. You got Twitter?
I do. I don't use it. I actually couldn't even tell you what it is. That's how much I don't use it.
What about the YouTube?
No YouTube.
That's a trick question. You're making a vlog. Callum's going to be doing vlogs, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to be the biggest and best vlogs in the NBL that anyone's ever seen. Netflix quality from the big man. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you so much to Callum for coming onto the podcast. We're going to wrap that one up. Make sure to leave the podcast a 5-star rating on whatever platform you're listening to. If you guys want to watch the visual, obviously on YouTube, give it a like. Titty smack that like. Let's get 1,000 likes. We won't get that, but let's just get it. But we'll see you guys in the next one. Remember to be safe, stay swell, and as always, boom baby. Peace.